With Orderly, what we try to do is help independent restaurants like the one that I've owned and been part of really simplify the operations. You find that in a restaurant it could be crazy, chaotic. There's not a lot of time to organize the team, the staff, much less think proactively about how to improve your operations, improve your processes, and ultimately save time and money. So we set out to build a set of technology tools to help restaurants basically find we can kind of relieve people of the need to get involved in that and put their time with the guest, with coaching employees, with helping improve their operations and not with the administrative tasks. The restaurant industry attracts creative types, people who have a energy for customer service and a passion for the business. And not 100% of the time, but most of the time those people aren't the same folks that like to do the books, that don't like to do. You know, there's really two things that converged for myself and my partners to start Orderly, and that was one, we had worked as executives in restaurant retail technology for most of our careers. So we built technology, we provided technology to the largest restaurant chains in the country, built products for all types of restaurants, retailers, and operators across industry. That combined, you know, so we knew what technology could do and we knew what the larger operators were getting out of technology. That combined with the firsthand experience of running an independent restaurant group made me realize there was really a gap in the market. There was a lot of technology for the big chains, but the independent restaurants really didn't have the tools they needed in the back of house, and they weren't simple enough, and they weren't geared towards a user who didn't have a large organization behind them. And so what we did is set out to build simple tools that any operator can use to get the advantages that some of the bigger chains have without having the cost and infrastructure required to take advantage of the technology that is out there. So some consistent feedback we get from our customers. One is across all customers, we're able to help them save time, which is we've talked about as a valuable commodity in a restaurant. So we're able to help them reduce the amount of time they spend on manual entry of data, dealing with the ordering process, which is a very archaic kind of phone call, fax, email process today, so we help automate that, and we're soon to help automate the inventory taking process, which is a timely process as well. So number one, we're able to save everybody time. Two, we're able to help them save money by giving them better data and information so that they can manage their food costs. You know, what you measure is what you're going to manage, and so we give them the measurements to help them manage that, to improve their margins on their menu items, to better price their products, and to generally manage down costs of commodity products that they're purchasing. And so those are really the two big things we give restaurants back: time and money. And you know, that's a fairly popular benefit. As a person who was crazy enough to get in it myself, and I've now seen thousands of restaurant operators that we've worked with and that I've worked with in the past. And I would say one of the things I would make sure people are prepared. There's probably two or three things to be prepared if you're going to start a restaurant. One is be prepared to run it like a business, because it is. And even though if you have a passion for food and guest service and all that, that's required, but you have to be able to run it like a business, and that means setting budgets, having plans, really thinking through how you're going to drive the profits of the business. And you know, obviously that's where we try to help people get a hold of that. Number one. Number two, make sure you capitalize it correctly. People tend to start restaurants and put enough money in to get opened and don't realize that the doors don't burst open on day one and then cash starts piling in.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it did for me.
Got a couple of people nodding their heads here,
But yeah, you've got to have deep enough pocket to keep the business going for the first year and really build the business over time. And there's not a lot of shortcuts to building a business, whether it's a restaurant or a technology company, you name it. You've got to be prepared for the long haul and to really capitalize yourself for
Absolutely.
it. And then the third thing I would say for a restaurant operator is make sure you know what's different about you. There is an explosion of restaurants, particularly in this market, and it gets hard to sort out who's who and where do I go. So I think it's important for any restaurant operator to know what makes me different and how am I going to get that message across to Atlanta. We expanded into the DC market. We now have hundreds of users on our solution. We're well out of beta. We've got an ordering product that we've had in the market for several years now. We've got our we call it our Get Control product, which is a product we sell. It's kind of a basic product to help people get control of their business. It pulls in invoice data, gives you reporting on your food costs, and gives you very actionable information. It's a great product we just released earlier this year that we give a 30-day free trial and get people up and running and help them get organized.
Nice.
And then in the next few months, we'll be releasing our inventory product, and that's in beta right now. So
okay.
Where do we want to be? We started to expand in the last few weeks, really nationally. Yeah. Marketing our product, and we hope to be in thousands of restaurants across the country in the near future.
Nice.